Hey there, summoners. Meigegaming here again. And guys, today we're going to talk about Season 3 supports and maybe a little bit of Taric. So for this game, this is pre-recorded obviously. I'm watching this through Law Replay. I played Taric this game. This is a 5v5 non-ranked. I'm running Taric and Varus. That's what we're running bottom. So, as you can see, as Taric, I have started with a Fairy Charm, a Rejuvenation Bead, or Beads rather, 2 wards, my Total Biscuit Rejuvenation, or Support Cookie, as I tend to call it, and my Mini Ward, called thus because it only has a 1-minute duration instead of 3. And if any of you guys have been playing support in Season 3, you've probably kind of started to realize there are a lot of options for what you want to build when you start off here. You can see, as kind of a counter note, my enemy support here has decided to go with the whole Fairy Charm, a Pink Ward, 2 normal wards, and a Health Pot. I don't know for sure what's the best, but personally, this is what I usually run. I like this a lot because you can pick up your Philosopher's Stone for very cheap, very quick. I think it's like 340 gold when you already have both pieces of it, so you can get it incredibly fast, which I find makes you a powerhouse in lane. Masteries, I'm running 0-9-21, picking up some of the defensive and bonus health stuff in the defensive tree, and picking up full 21 points in utility, including obviously the support cookie, the mini ward, and just whatever in there. If you're really curious about specifically what I run, go ahead and just look me up in League. It's titled Support, I think, in my mastery page, so you'll know what you're looking at. For runes, I'm running gold per 10 quints and yellows. I'm also running mono regen reds and magic resist, or flat magic resist blues. And all of these are pretty open to interpretation. You know, I'm not right. I'm not sure there's a particularly right idea when it comes to runes and masteries. This is just what I run. Especially the mono regen reds, probably kind of bad, but I do enjoy the extra mono regen in lane. So, to get more specifically into the bottom lane scenario, for those of you who maybe haven't taken a really in-depth look at bottom lane, this is really my interpretation of it. The idea in bottom lane is not only for your carry to get a lot of creep kills, or CS as I'll probably refer to it from now on, but it's also the idea that you really want to trade well. And when I say trade, I mean when you and your carry, my camera can record me for a second, if you and your carry fight them and their carry, so Varus and I against Ezreal and Nami, if you fight, you want to make sure you come out ahead. So what I mean by that is, if you don't have a healing support, or you don't have a way to heal, you're going to want to make sure that if you and them fight, you come out with a lot more health and you deal a lot of damage to them. Because if you don't, they're eventually going to either kill you or force you to leave and thus miss your creep kills and any experience you might be getting. So as you can see here, we're kind of trading back and forth, and right now Ezra and I are sort of winning. They're both pretty low on health. None has a little bit of healing, which we need to take into account. For example, if you have a Leona support, you really need to make sure that you're almost killing them if you go in, or something like that. Because Leona has no way to heal at all. So if you get hurt really bad, there's no way for you to fix that. You can see there Varus picking up a really nice first blood with his Q. Batrasa, a friend of mine, we usually play bottom together. But alternatively to Leona, if you're playing with Soraka, it's okay for you both teams to fight, and maybe for you to lose half your health and then only lose like a third of it, because now she's going to heal you up. So in the next engagement, you're a little further ahead. And you just continue that repetition of, okay, we traded, and even though I lost more health, I'm Soraka, so I can heal a lot, thus eventually we will win. And you can see here, just by losing that fight through the slow trading process, now we have free reign to get the experience, all the gold and whatnot, and my carry is just getting further and further ahead. He's level 4, whereas Ezreal's only level 3. He has a Vamp Scepter, my Varus has a long sword and health pots, although you can see from here, 1600 gold to 1200. Now at 5 minutes, that's a pretty good lead. I mean, that's pretty big. That's a Doran's Blade, that's a number of items. Even though Ezra's only behind by PCS, he has 1 kill, and really we're dominating. Taric specifically, the idea that you want to do here is you want to dazzle them for the stun, obviously, and then you want to follow up by landing your Shatter on them, and then your carry landing whatever burst utilities he has. So as you saw earlier, when I dazzled Shattered and then Varus landed the Q, it ended up dealing a tremendous amount of damage because of the armor shred from Taric's Shatter. Doing this repeatedly, landing the Dazzle, landing the Shatter, followed up by your carry doing some damage, is really, that's how you're supposed to play Taric with whatever AD. Another thing to keep in mind when you're picking supports, or what you're going to be playing, is you want to think about who you're playing against. Now, Ezreal is primarily physical damage these days. Most people max Q. Yeah, you see here he doesn't even have his W. So that's all physical damage. Now, Taric, thanks to Shatter, is going to make himself and his carry both pretty tanky when it comes to physical damage. Here you can see we're hit by Nami's Q. Now, Ezreal didn't do the right thing. Landing her Q like that, knocking us up in the air, was the perfect opportunity to Ezreal to trade well with us. Because if there's something we could do, it should have been free damage on us and thus help to push us out of the lane and win the trade. But since Ezreal didn't follow up, even though Nami landed her skill, nothing came of it, and they didn't get anywhere other than burning some mana on Nami and using up a relatively long cooldown move. I mean, her Q has, let's see, a 14-second cooldown, which is pretty hefty. On Taric, it is almost always best to max Shatter first, because it's more armor and it's more armor shred. Here again, you can see the whole trading idea between, I lost, let's say, a third of my health, whereas Nami lost half of hers, and Ezra lost a good quarter of his, if not more. Something you could do to try and kind of play against Taric is go with more magic-oriented lanes. For example, if they took a Taric early on, and assuming you're playing draft and not blind playing, so they pick Taric and think, I don't want to get really messed up bad by this. How am I going to beat it? You want to go for some sort of composition in bottom lane that ends up with a lot of magic damage. Tristana being a relatively good pick when it comes to the AD, because so much of her damage comes from her spells, which really negates a lot of the strength that comes from Shatter. Since everything's really low, Carry flashes in, and we secure another kill. Nami here. Nami is maxing her W. I have played Nami a bit. Sorry I haven't made a video about her yet. I will get around to that eventually. When I've played Nami thus far, I have found the most success in maxing Tidecolor's Blessing. I've read some guides that say Ebb and Flow is the best to max, and honestly, it might be. I don't know. But the Tidecolor's Blessing, between the slow and the additional damage on the auto attacks, it makes for really great securing kills. It makes the trades really good. I like it a lot. Ebb and Flow can be really good though because of the bouncing 3 times. You can either get a lot of damage off or you can get a lot of healing off. And overall, again, that makes her trading ability very strong. You can see on Taric, I got my Feelstone a while ago. Didn't point that out. And Nami pinked Dragon there. Now I've gone for Sightstone. And guys, if you're playing support and you're not buying Sightstone, you're probably doing it wrong. Because I'm not sure if you played support before Season 3, but having something that just magically gives you wards without you having to spend all your money on them is pretty fantastic. Not to mention that Sightstone upgrades into what's called Ruby Sightstone, which is just Sightstone with 1 more charge, 1 more active ward on the ground, and extra health. Now let's see, I'm 6, Varus is 6, Nami is 5, and Ezreal is 6. So right here we should have the advantage because we do have the level advantage. Varus dealing a lot of damage to Ezreal there, and he didn't even get shattered by me. I really went in on Nami hard. Probably would have been better to go in on Ezreal there. Also guys, just to kind of point us for warding, you saw I had a ward here on Dragon, and a ward here in Tribrush. These are my 2 favorite personal locations to ward, just because of the, oops, I missed the double kill. Well, we did get the double kill there thanks to a Shatter Dazzle combo. Sorry I missed that. Here we'll rewind briefly so that you guys can see it. 15 more seconds. Okay, so you can see we're both at basically full health. They're both very, very hurt. I guess Nami's not that hurt. Ezreal's hurt though. They go in, Dazzle, Shatter, ult. Everything going very quick. Nami gets hit by the Varus ult, and they go down easy. So you can see at this point, we're kind of snowballing at this point. Ezreal's got 2 deaths, Nami's got 2 deaths. My carry is ahead by actually only about 15 creep kills, which isn't, you know, too much, but he does have 4 kills, so it's going to make it really hard for this Varus to kind of play around that. At this point, you can see the gold gap is getting pretty enormous. It's 2,300 gold on Ezreal to almost 3,800 on Varus. At this point, jungle interaction is really the only thing that's going to affect this bottom lane. Mid could probably gank, something like that. But aside from that, not a lot that can be done. And as I was saying before I actually missed the double kill, you can see her at Dragon. I normally ward right about here, where you see my mouse. Warding here provides you with a lot of stuff. You can kind of see upriver here. You can see this spot right here where jungles will come down. And you have a lot of forewarning. So even if you're pushed up here, which I tend to be pushed a lot, you have a lot of time to react and get back. And a ward and Trebush helps in case your jungler is coming through your jungle to gank you, just to kind of cover any path you really can. Although, if there's a pink here, or for some reason you can't ward up river, or if you don't have 2 wards or something, warding right about here is where I normally go with it, because you get some vision up top. You can kind of see back here in case they come through Tribe Rush. It's not ideal, but it's kind of better than nothing. And obviously warding Lane Brush, always strong. See Nami doing that here. I'm putting my wards down. Again, I know that there's a pink ward on Dragon, so I'm not going to try that. And like I said with the whole trading thing, guys, the gap here is just getting bigger and bigger. My carry's now 2 levels above theirs. I'm 1 level above their support. They're just kind of really helping. At this point in the game, there's not a lot you can really do if you're this far behind. They need some sort of jungler intervention. They need a mid to come down. They need something. And if you're in this position, don't do what they're doing. You obviously need to try and lane. You need to try and get creep kills if you can, but you can't keep just running and getting kills like this. It's just going to keep snowballing the lane. It's going to get worse and worse, and there's not a lot that your team's going to be able to do about it if it keeps getting this bad. You want to just politely ask your jungler or your mid, hey, we need help bottom, and we need it quickly. And be polite, you know, don't be that guy who's, jungler's fault. It's not, you know, this is your lane, it's 2 versus 2, and if you're losing, you know what, it happens, people lose, so you should ask them, hey, you know, when you're done jungling, or like when you have a break in your jungle, or wherever you're ganking, please, we need help bottom. So you see Ezreal's back now. Ezreal's still 6, Varus is 8, almost 9, Ezreal is just about 7 here, so it's not, the gap isn't as bad as it would be. You see Cho'Gath coming in way too late. Nami has already gone down. Ezreal's being torn up by Varus and I. And even Cho'Gath can't do anything. And this is what I was just talking about right here, guys. If you let it get this bad, if you keep feeding kills into them, it's going to get to the point where even your jungler coming down isn't going to do anything. You see here, even the jungler dies to my carry. If maybe he didn't have 7 kills, that wouldn't have happened. But because they kept running in and getting killed, it did, unfortunately. You see there, Ezreal actually goes down to as well. Jump back to the so you can see exactly what happens. I'm guessing charged arrow. Thinking. Not sure what else would have got him from the far away. Yep, and then with the arrow. Good shot on his part. So yeah, just don't let this lane get this bad. If you're in bottom lane and you're falling behind, the key is just to try and play defensively and to get as much farm as you can without actively engaging. Once you're this far behind, the whole idea of trading is really out the window. Trading is done because you've lost all the trades. You're so far behind there really isn't a lot of coming back. Now that doesn't mean that they won't slip up, they won't make mistakes and you can't capitalize on them, because they will make mistakes and you can't capitalize on them. The key is to know when and where that will happen. And as you can see here, we're sneaking in a dragon. No one really knows about it. Even our team doesn't realize we're really doing it. And dragon is fantastic. Guys, if you are bottom, dragon should be something you have your mind on all the time. It's a lot of global gold. It's experience for you guys. It's just important. And it's right by you. If you're playing bottom lane, dragon should be right there. Try and keep a ward on it if you're supporting especially. That way you can really keep control of it. It's always worth a steal. Even if they're doing dragon, it's worth having your support go in and try and steal it. Even if he dies, because dragon is worth more than him dying. The key is going to be a really good smite there. You can see Nami here is kind of pushing up. That's one other thing I want to make a point about. If you're in bottom lane, if your enemies are not there, if they back to get items, if they're roaming, pushing up the minions is a good idea. Pushing them under the tower is a good idea. Because you see, the towers are just going to sit here and kill minions. They don't really care. No gold is going to go anywhere, and especially no experience. So, for example, if you go in on people and you trade for a while, and they get particularly behind, and then they have to back. So you didn't get a kill, but you did win the trades, and now they have to leave. And if you're hurt, the idea is that you want to push their minions, or you want to push your minions up underneath their tower. So while they're gone, their tower is killing all of your minions, and they aren't getting the gold. And they aren't getting the experience, which helps widen that gap. You know, oh, well, we didn't get a kill, but because we won the trades, we pushed under their tower, they didn't get the experience in gold, we are getting all the experience in gold, and now when we back, we'll not only have more levels, stronger spells, we'll have more money to buy more items. And in this case, we don't push this tower because our other lanes are winning. We don't feel the need that we need to roam right now. Everyone's really happy in what they're doing. So as long as we keep this tower up, it's even easier to keep pushing the minions up underneath of it and watching them go down and them continue not to get any money. Here I think we're going to take mid tower. If bottom's pushed, like right here, we should probably be heading back down because Ezreal is here. But if you're pushed, that's a good time to go maybe do your own jungle if your jungle is okay with that. It's a good time to go attention to the dragon, to invade, things like that. See Nami's roaming around a little bit, probably going to put some wards down. At this point, sorry I've had the gold put up for a long time. Look at my item build. Okay, so we have the Philosopher's Stone, which, like I said, helps a lot with health regen, mana regen, and obviously your gold per 10. Cage's lucky pick, because I believe that 2 gold per 10 is really the way to go on support. You need to get money from somewhere, and I think picking up 2 gold per 10 is the way to do it, and it's either Cage's lucky pick or Avarice Blade. You see here, I have Ruby Sightstone, which is 300 health, starts with 5 charges, and refills when you visit the shop, and you can have 3 wards down at a time, which is really fantastic. You can have a lot of vision. You have one here, I think I have one up in the jungle, it may have expired. All of that. You see, unfortunately, our Vlad gets caught planted right here. He does go down quick, but we were able to back him up quickly, and I think we kept him. Sion getting very low, and he does go down. Now, guys, remember, there's a big difference. When people say support, a lot of people think, oh, well, a healer, right? You want a healer. Not necessarily. Support can be a lot of different things. For example, you want to play Taric completely different than you would want to play Soraka, for example. Soraka's a somewhat passive support. You kind of want to sit back and just support your character. Okay, here's some health. Here's some armor. Here's some mana. Like, here, take these things and do well with them. But I'm not a frontline champion. Any of those of you who have played her, you know she's very squishy. But Taric is a lot different. You can see here, I have 114 armor with no armor items. Not even any armor seals, actually. So you want to actually be up in their face and kind of a distraction, auto-attacking, doing really everything you can to fight them, because you are a frontline champion. You're not the kind of person, you're not the kind of champion who just sits in the back and heals up the carry. You can see they kind of overcommit to this fight, which they really can. Everybody gets dazzled. Unfortunately, I get the kill, because it is always better for your carries to get the kill, guys, than it is for you. I know it's tough sometimes being a support. You're thinking, man, I want that kill. Think of all the work I could buy. Think of all the Aegises I could buy. But, ultimately, it is best to give them to the carry. They are your carry, after all. They're going to carry you. Hopefully carry you. Good carries will carry you. Sign comes down. And again, this isn't necessarily what every game is going to be like for those of you out there playing. Okay, we get a lot of kills early. It's pretty fed at this point. But I thought it was a pretty good example of how trading can go really in your favor, or can even go against you. So, really guys, this video is all about laning, support, trading, everything you need to know to be really, really solid support in modern. You're going to see one last time team fight here under the tower. Again, we're being very aggressive. We have a lot of kills. We're going to capitalize on that advantage we have. And, yeah, this game is relatively up at this point, as you can see. So, I hope you guys found this relatively informative. Maybe give you a better idea of what you're doing bottom lane or whatever. And again, guys, I'm not like an authority on this. Don't think that my word is law, or anyone's law, really. You know, if you know a better way to play support, do it. If you have a more fun way to play support, do that, you know? But I mean, if you're looking for a guideline or a resource on like how maybe to be better support or something, you know, take a look at this. Might help you out, especially with Taric. I'm going to do some more support videos, definitely something to support Nami. I haven't found a particularly good game to make a video with her just yet. She is really fun, although she's kind of hard. Trolling Cho'Gath a little bit with the spamming wards there, being a jerk. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Like I said, more's coming and whatnot. I'll talk some more about Season 3, stuff like that. And, again, trying to put together some subscriber ARAMs. So thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a